Could you describe a recent situation where you felt that a leader could have benefited from additional training or guidance in culture building, leadership, or both?
Hmm. I think one of the biggest thing that comes to my mind is communication.
Hmm.
I think communication, and I don't know if this is like a proper response to your question, but the thing that came to my mind was communication or the lack thereof that often leads to a lot of misunderstandings, a lot of stress occurring because there is friction occurring between what is being communicated and what needs to happen. It's almost similar to expectation versus reality. Someone's expecting this, the reality is being brought forward in a completely different way. It's happening because of the miscommunication occurring between a leader and a team. And I feel like while this is pretty simple, it is also one of the leading factors of stress in a work environment. And so potentially ensuring, and once again having conversations about, well, if communication is a big stressor that occurs between teams, how can we train the leaders as well as train the employees to ensure that there is proper communication happening? You train the leaders, they have a new set of rules, the team works on the old set of rules. You need to ensure that the training is happening both with the leader as well as with the team, or there is at least a common ground where people are able to have conversations that this is the new set of rules we are implementing. This is how we're going to work starting forward. What are your thoughts about that? What can we do to make this transition easier for you? How can we transform this workplace in a way that all of us are evolving, not just me in my leadership style, but you in how you do your work and how efficiently you can do your work while ensuring that you're not stressed out or burning out because of a simple concept, communication or miscommunication.
So I'm going to dig deeper on this
Mhm.
question. Can you think of a specific situation in the client work that you've done where you've went, okay, this leader needs training in something, whether it's communication or something else?
Yes. So ensuring that my client stays anonymous. One of the things that I did notice was the communication skill, was the gap that was occurring between what was being conveyed and why it was leading to so much stress within the organization and within the team was because this leader had huge goals and huge aims that they wanted to achieve, but it wasn't being communicated properly. And so there was a almost a gap between what was being expected and what was the reality of the entire situation.
Hmm.
And which is why we kind of worked on, well, if communication, which was the biggest stressor that came up in the team response as well as in the leader response, if that was miscommunication or communication was the biggest issue, then what can we do to bridge the gap? What can we do to ensure that this is being conveyed in a way that ensures that everyone is on the same page?
Okay, so the next one is